Alrighty, we are back, everyone. Man, it's good to be back. I was sick for like almost 10 days. It's crazy. Good thing I wasn't sick during that beta weekend, right? Man, it was like that Tuesday, so what, it ended that Monday? Or whatever it was, ended Monday morning or whatever the heck it was, the beta. And then the next day, Tuesday night, I started feeling weird. And then Wednesday, boom, I was just freaking done, cooked. And I just started getting better like yesterday. If you hear the mic cut off, it's because I'm sucking on Ricolas here. I don't know what the hell got me. What is going on out there today, guys? We are live up on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok again, finally. I went Friday because I had to get... I haven't done anything. I barely done a video. I did one little video and a couple shorts. Dude, I didn't feel like doing anything. I'm so sick. Well, yeah, it wasn't the play test, though. I got sick. I don't know, kind of cold. That was fine. I caught a freaking cold. I don't know what the hell happened. I think the guy at work gave it to me. I got some Dune news tonight, guys. We got some Dune news finally going on out here. Got some interesting stuff going on. I haven't been, like I said, I've been so unmotivated because I was sick. I haven't been like really... I worked a little bit on my Oslo trip video, which I promised like months ago, which I have it. I'm making it, but I'm trying to get some people into the stream here, and then we'll start covering some of the news here. How do I add to playlist? Did it say it was auto playlist? Arrakis playlist. We're currently playing the list. Oh, okay, it's 2. Got it. I had to kind of... it was still kind of rebuilding things from... That's cool. But, all right. Hey, oh, House Erebus. Are you thinking of going to Germany? No. I just went to Germany in I went to Germany in March. I mean, for that trip. Nah, I can't get back out there. There's no way. I don't have. I don't. First of all, I don't have a PTO, and then I'm saving up. Well, I guess I could just tell everybody on here right now, but it's not anything Dune related per se. I'm going to Japan next summer, so that's the trip I have to plan for. Gamescom, no, I wish I could go. It's in Cologne. In Cologne, I think that's where it was last year. I drove right past there. We drove through there in March. Drove through that city. We didn't go through the city. It was on the autobahn going through it, but I've been in that city before. I went to a big old. I told you guys before. I went to a games. No, I'm not going there specifically for any of the game stuff. I'm going there to visit a family member and to kind of Dune, because I'm on a mission to retrieve the Dune items from the Dune. Remember, I had a person there at the Gamescom, whatever, for Tokyo Games Expo. That person still has my the Dune gear, which they got. I had to go pick it up. I've been to Japan before, actually, so Japan's awesome. I've talked about it before on the channel here. Japan is cool. It's probably my favorite place to go, honestly, right now. I've been to all the places I've ever been to. I've been to quite a few countries. Not as most as some people, but out of all of them, I think Japan has been my favorite place that I've gone. Out of every place I've been. I've been to some places. I've never been to like Iceland yet, or I've never been to like oh, Lumberdan up in the house. Lumberdan. We haven't started nothing yet. Just started. I haven't gone over. I was waiting for people to get in here to start the news. Yeah, I was just telling House Erebus, my favorite country to visit. So out of all the places I've been, it was Japan. I think I mentioned that before. Yeah, Japan's awesome. You don't have to really worry about any crime there. Dude, I mean, when I went to Germany in March, there was some weird stuff going on there with like refugees running around and causing trouble and stuff in the streets and at night. And I think I talked about it a little bit. But Germany ain't that safe no more like it used to be. Germany used to be like that. Leave your door unlocked and all that. You don't do that anymore over there, unfortunately. They kind of legislated themselves into a bad way over there in Europe, seems like. In a lot of places. Hey, it's their countries. They can do what they want. They tried to do it over here, but people stopped it. For now, anyways. Yeah, that stuff doesn't work. Importing the entire world into your one little country, that doesn't work at all, unfortunately. Has there been any instance of that happening where crime did not go up in a country? I don't think so. I don't talk about politics here, but that's not really politics. It's just kind of facts. That's loud. That song is loud. This song is loud. Here we go. I don't even know what this song is. I don't know if I can even play this. I might get hit for that, actually. No, I think it's a free YouTube song. I don't really like that song. Kind of like a face dancer in Japan, yeah. We got so we got some news tonight, folks. Talk about some Dune, not really Dune Awakening news, some fresh off the press news. So if you don't know, Dune Prophecy's out on 4K. and it's been on digital I think a little while longer, but the discs are out. So, 1 day ago, which we already knew there was getting a season 2, but I guess it's getting a fresh Rotten Tomato score. It's going up, which is very interesting because it got mixed reviews when it first came out, and I think what a lot of happened with that show was people thought they were going to get more Arrakis. Like Dune normies thought they were going to get Arrakis. They didn't realize there's like so much other stuff going on in Dune than just Arrakis, and that's what this show is going to be about. And it was about you know the Brian Herbert books, and a lot of those books are not on Arrakis. There are scenes on Arrakis, but there's not. It's like not the whole book. And I've talked about it over and over again. This takes place about 30 years after the end of Navigators. Hmm. Excuse me, I had a cough there. Yeah, but so it takes now the show is about 30 years or so after the end of Navigators of Dune, roughly. Maybe a little longer. I never actually I sat down to the exact math because it doesn't really the math in the show is a little different than the book, but and the characters and all that things, it's hard to judge exactly, but they changed a little bit. They streamlined some stuff in that show, kind of cut things out, but unfortunately. But the it's getting positive reviews now, apparently. The network moved quickly to renew the epic action series for season 2 before the finale, and it seems the big budget production will begin rolling cameras sooner rather than later. Dune Prophecy takes place 10,000 years. We know that. So this is basically saying that they're gonna start rolling season 2 filming production sooner than we thought. So apparently that show made more ratings than we know, I guess. Because they're not this day and age, if something's not getting views, are getting, if it's not getting good ratings on streaming, they cancel that stuff quick. All these streaming platforms. I mean, look what happened, dude. Multi-million dollar hundred. What would they say that Star Wars Acolyte show cost to make? That show flopped. It got instantly canceled. I think even before the show I think it got canceled before it ended, right? You guys remember? If we had Star Wars purist in here, he would know. Oh, Fabby Raptor's up in here. So how much was the budget? I want to make a video to really piss people off, not you guys, but other people. I want to make a video that's basically um um why Dune is better than Star Wars and Marvel. Which it is, but I mean, I would really piss people off, right? That'd be hilarious. And Star Trek. I don't know I like Star Trek a lot though. Old Star Trek. I like old Star Wars too. But I should start making clickbait stuff too, like Dune Awakening stories better. Even though I don't believe this, I should make a right. Should I do this, guys? Why Dune Awakening's lore is better than the Frank Herbert's, and that would ever get people really going, right? How much was the budget of? If I really want to grow this channel, I'm gonna have to like basically do stuff like that. So, dude, get a load of this, guys. We were just talking about because Dune Prophecy is getting season 2. I was reading the article. If you're just showing up now, it looks like they're gonna start production on it sooner than later. It looks like Warner Brothers and them are there. So Warner Brothers is bad in the dumps, right? Apparently, money wise, and they've had a lot of flops. And that's the rumor. And so basically, the only thing that's making them money right now is Dune. Isn't that crazy? Or one of the things that's making them big money is Dune. because the comic stuff's dying out. That people don't realize comic book stuff's dying. Those movies, they ever since it all died to me when Marvel died was at the end of Infinity War when they all got snapped away. Because I thought Endgame was a mediocre movie. It was not even close as good as an Infinity War. I was like, wow, this isn't as good. And then after that, we all know what happened. Since then, it's been trash, right? Yeah. So, but anyways, but that's not Warner Brothers. But all that comic book stuff is done. And then all of the Zack Snyder, Superman and Batman, all that stuff kind of sucked, right? Except for Man of Steel. Really, the only good one out of all those movies was the first Man of Steel movie. All the rest of them were kind of average, right? And then they had that he did the Zack Snyder cut, right? If you guys paid attention to that Zack Snyder Justice League cut movie, that's actually pretty good. I heard that Thunderbolts movie is like the best thing they've done in a while. But dude, it doesn't matter because it's just so like late. I got 15 movies and one's good. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was good. I'm not even interested in this Fantastic Four movie coming out. Not at all. Zero interest. I'm not even gonna go watch it. I'm gonna go watch Fantastic Four comes out, and then so does Superman, which I'm not interested in the Superman. Just Henry Cavill is a better Superman. He was a way better Superman. This guy just looks so average. And then the stupid robots. It looks too. I don't know. And then no, and then, but you guys remember that dude? Where's your car? Dude, sweet. Remember that? I want to get pork fried rice and some egg rolls and chow mein, and then no, and then. If you guys have not seen the movie, Dude, Where's Your Car? It's Ashton Kutcher and Sean William Scott. Is that his name? Stifler. Is that who it is? They're like these dude bros. Yeah, dude, that oh man, that show pissed me off. The Witcher show. He warned him. He warned him. Henry Cavill behind the scenes, he warned them not to do what they did, the writers and stuff. And he was like, dude, this show should be every episode should be Geralt fighting a different monster, and then everybody else is a side character. No, they did all this stuff and tried to make Jennifer a main character, which she's not, and all those other people main characters, which are not. And then it was like it was lame. Do you remember when that armor first got revealed? That the armor looked like they were making fun of it. Their initial armor. I remember. Do I follow this? The initial armor shots of the Witcher show sets, and it was like, hey, look, what's up with that chode armor? I think they changed it because people were making fun of it. I wonder what would happen if you made a movie all based on. Has anybody tried this? All based on internet, what the people on the internet want. I wonder what would happen. Like you just take a bunch of polls on like a like a nerd podcast or something. I don't know. And you just put polls out, and then whatever wins is what the ideas you put into that movie or show. Not the stupid stuff they do where it's like basically these focus groups in Los Angeles where it's all like the same. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just those days are over. Those days are over. You don't have normal people living in those places anymore. All the smart people sold their houses for like quadruple the money and then moved somewhere else and bought a mansion in Tennessee. Yeah, yeah, but so going back to the Acolyte. Get a load of this, guys. Yeah, they don't know what they're doing anymore. Well, it's all by committee and board members and stuff and all this kind of crap they talk about, which is like you don't have an actual. That's why Christopher Nolan and the Denis Villeneuve movies are usually good, because he picks like a few people that he trusts, and then that they knows that make they'll follow his vision, and boom, they make a good movie, and they set a whole plan out, logistics and everything, like movies used to be made. And then you have Disney where they just have to do like thousands of reshoots. Oh, didn't they push back? They just pushed back that new Avengers movie. They pushed back these movies, the Avengers and some other thing. Isn't that's one of the news? That's what Avengers Doomsday. It's gonna come out the same day as Dune Messiah now. I'm not gonna watch that Avengers movie. I'm gonna watch Dune probably about 3 times, probably 3, 4 times. Wouldn't that suck if Dune Messiah sucks? I was thinking about that the other day. I was thinking about that the other day. You know how sometimes directors they don't want to make the movies anymore, and but the studio's making them, so they make the next movie horrible on purpose. So then the studio it loses money, and the studio's like, okay, you're not making those anymore. Isn't that what happened with the Joker movie, Joker 2? That guy didn't want to make another one. The director of the Joker, with Joaquin Phoenix, he didn't want to make another one. So then, but the studio's like, you will make another one, and he's like, okay. He just made the worst movie ever made on purpose. That's the rumor. So people hated it. Turned it into a musical. That guy knew exactly what he was doing. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch Doomsday. Who cares? Marvel's pretty sucky now, dude. That's like, who wants to go watch another Star Wars movie right now? What's that new Starfighter with Ryan Gosling supposedly in the works? We'll look into some of that stuff later. Dude, Disney is a disaster. Lucasfilm's a disaster. It's so funny. I've been offline so long the algorithm is probably dead for my channel now. What's going on out there tonight? Man, I'm kind of went through withdrawal. I got sick, and then I went through Dune Awakening withdrawals. Dude, like I want to get past that stupid shield. What do we got here? What do we got? We got exactly. Where's my stinking calendar? Exactly how many days do we have left till June 5th? I just did it in my head, but off 13 days. That's it. Only 13 days till Dune Awakening, guys. June 5th. Hey, how many of you guys did Ooh, Kato's up here. Nope. I have barely started the news, Kato. I just been kind of bullcrapping and making fun of Disney and Star Wars and I'm in the middle of talking about the first news story, so only 13 days left till Dune Awakening. That's it. I thought it was longer. It felt longer, right? Let's just hope they don't delay it again. Oh my goodness. So if you guys just joining now, I was just talking about this article. Dune. It looks like Dune Prophecy Season 2 is going to be put into production sooner than later, because we're going to talk about another thing. And I think it's because they're probably realizing. I'm guessing. Since I think Dune Messiah is already in production right now. I think it started, or maybe it doesn't start till June. Yes, so Dune Messiah is in production. Starts filming June. So in 2 months. It's already the script. I believe this. I think the scripts are done. I don't know if they're done, but the writing's done. I think the film is expected to continue Paul Atreides' story and explore the consequences of his rise to power. Okay, if it all goes according to plan, Doom Messiah is set to release December 18th, 2026. That's not that long, dude. That's um. They had to make that movie. They wanted to wait. I think he wanted to make another movie. Originally, remember we heard he wanted to wait 10 actual years to make that third one. And he wanted to make like 2, 3 more movies in between there. And then I think Warner Brothers was like, no, you got to bring that sucker out sooner, dude, because that's the only thing making us money right now. This is all my kind of my rumor or my opinion, because you know what happened? That Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim came out and everybody hated it. And then the anime one. What else has flopped? All of their DC stuff has flopped, I believe, like damn near. The big thing that hurt Warner Brothers was the Flash totally flopped. Remember when the Flash came out? Which I didn't totally hate that movie, but Ezra Miller is a complete nut job in real life, right? We've talked about that in the past. Ezra Miller being the guy who plays the Flash. He's complete crazy. He has like a cult. Dude, we should go down the rabbit hole of him again. The guy's a complete nut job. When they kept hiring him, he like held people hostage and he beat women up in bars and all kinds of stuff. Created like a cult. The dude is a complete psycho. I don't know if you guys ever knew that, but maybe I'll pull an article up about it. But But anyways, that movie flopped, and that was a big loss for them. And then I think they've had tons of flops. Let's look it up. How many recent box office flops has Warner Bros. Had? Warner Brother. Oh, Warner Brothers has had a few recent box office flops. Okay, get a load of this. Right? Mickey 17, which I've complained about on this channel. You guys heard my thing about that. The Joker 2, I just talked about, was a huge flop. Alto Knights? What's that? I never heard of that. However, some successes. Final Destination Bloodlines. Is that the new one that just came out? Is that making money? Sinners. I need to talk about that Sinners movie. I watched it. I finally watched it. The vampire one. With what's his name? From Black Panther and Rocky movies, and I can never remember his name. I never remember his name. Um, he plays twins, but it's just him. It's just him playing both roles. He plays in Creed. What's It's not coming to me. Somebody help me. Too late. I'm already looking it up. Michael B. Jordan. So Michael B. Jordan played in that Sinners movie. I was really excited about that movie. I watched it. Minecraft was good for like a kids movie and like this mindless kind of fun stuff for the kids. It's not a movie you're gonna like care about after a while. I bought it and yeah, Michael B. Jordan. I watched the Sinners movie and I didn't like it as much as I thought, guys. It was too light on the you know, they kind of marketed it as like a vampire movie, and it's light on the vampire stuff. And then the vampires were kind of cool, and I was kind of rooting for the vampires, and they were kind of funny. And then I was like, I probably shouldn't. I mean, the movie was kind of a You have to understand that if you guys know nothing about that movie, it's basically these two twin brothers come back from Chicago working for. I'm kind of ruining the story. They work for the mafia at one point, and they come back to the South, where it's the 1930s, so it's basically still like racial stuff going on, segregation and stuff, right, and all that kind of thing. And they're trying to make start up a new life again and make a nightclub out there in the countryside. So it's heavily like kind of a racial toned racial toned movie. That's about as nice as I can put it. But then this in the middle of it, halfway through it, it gets vampires. So I'm just kind of like, it's kind of a weird mix. But then that part did I kind of like that part of it actually. In a weird way, I kind of wish it would have just been about now no looking at it, I wish it would have not had vampires in it and it would have just been about these two brothers doing like stuff like that, doing like um bootlegging and all that kind of stuff in the South. That would have been a better movie. Instead of adding the vampires into it. Because they didn't go all in on the vampires. I was like, the vampires, you don't know where they came from, where's the origins, and then like there was a scene in there where the main bad vampire guy he's running around in the daylight, and then for a couple seconds, and then I'm like, wait a minute, they cook in the sunlight, but then he was out in the sunlight for a minute in the beginning of the movie, so I was like, it's not very consistent with the vampire stuff. That's why I kind of, and I'm a big vampire fan movie. Maybe that's my problem. That's probably my problem, guys. I'm so into vampire stuff that I know all the lores of different type of vampire universes that this one just didn't really fit. And I really don't like vampire movies where they're like they get bit and they turn in like 5 seconds. I prefer the ones where they get fed the blood and they get killed and they're buried and they come back in the next day, like that kind of thing, like a interview with a vampire or like True Blood or those kind of movies. I like that kind of when people get turned to vampires that way instead of just you get bit and then you're like a mindless, in a couple seconds you turned. And then it's all random, right? So some person turns instantly, and a different person turns in a couple minutes. It's just kind of like, what? This is kind. It's kind of, they almost turn like zombies. It's too easy, right? So because then that doesn't make any sense because then he could just be turning the whole village in 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? One guy could just turn a couple people, and they could turn which I do like 30 Days a Night, and 30 Days a Night is like that, but they don't turn every person; they kill you because they know there's competition for food. I'm telling you, man, I am a vampire guy. So not me, but I'm into vampire stuff. Anyways, it was okay. A good, definitely Sinners. Wait till it comes out for free on HBO Max. If you want, it's a good movie to watch. Watch on HBO Max for free. Don't go buy it or rent it. If you kind of like that 1930s bootlegging kind of stuff mixed with like a vampire aspect, and there's like kind of like a southern, they have all that kind of 1930s segregation stuff going on in there, which is that stuff's that would have been, like I said, that would have been more interesting if you just had that, like these two brothers that went to go work for the Italian mob that came back, so they're hard asses, right? They're just badasses. They come back to the South and they go against like the local like clan members and all that kind of thing. They should have just had the movie about that. That would have been a better movie, but instead of putting vampires in it, I think at one point it probably was that. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that it probably was that movie like I was explaining before. And I think maybe because of all the stuff in the country going in the news all the time and stuff, the studio might have been okay. We can't just have it about all this racial stuff. We got to add something else into it, right? I don't know. This is totally I don't know, but it just seemed like when the movie seemed like it was would have been better if it was all just about like the 1930s stuff instead of vampires in there. Oh, I don't know. I think Sinners is a book, isn't it? Maybe not. Nope, it wasn't. That's exactly what I just told you guys. The explanation. The film blends supernatural horror with historical themes set in the Jim Crow era South. That's what I said. It explores the cultural significance of blues music alongside its eerie supernatural elements. That's basically what I just told you. I didn't tell. Yeah, I didn't tell you about the music. There's a whole bunch of music under like a music. There's music stuff involved because I don't want to ruin it, but because I said it is a good movie. It just could have been better. It's well made. Oh yeah, and the one thing I really hated in that movie, like I kind of hated, was when they finally start like. I'm kind of ruining the movie for you guys, aren't I? I'm making it not sound as good as it is, but there's only 5 people in here, so who cares? And nobody's really chatting. Kato is. He likes watching movies based on books. Yeah, me too. I don't like it when it's already been established earlier in the movie that the vampires are faster, stronger, can get you. And then finally in a showdown scene where they start fighting a bunch of vampires at the same time, they're just taking them out like nothing. And I'm just like, okay. So that kind of thing. That throws me off. Let's go finish this Dune Prophecy real quick. I lost my track originally. I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about the uh, um, Warner Brothers losing money. Get a load of this, guys, real quick before we talk. Warner Bros. Discovery reported a net loss. Get a load of this of 449 million in the first quarter of 2025. A loss of 449 million dollars in just in the first quarter. This is an improvement from the 955 million loss in the same quarter of 2024. They lost way more money last quarter because I think the only good movie they had last year, the only hit movie was Dune Part 2. Now, Warner Brothers has a game studio which has lost big time. Warner Brothers, if you guys don't know, there was a Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game come out, which totally flopped. Big wokester of the wokest game, right? 49%. And not even do they make it like woke. They didn't even freaking make the game good. Like the gameplay. Well, they're learning from it now, I believe. They are pushing Dune stuff. So like basically they're gonna kick. This is a theory. So we basically talked about this. Um, yeah. So Dune, we talked about that. It looks like they're gonna. So Dune, they're also coming out with a spin-off comic series, guys, that they're pushing out in this month in June, I think, or August. Dune: Edge of the Crystallites, Rage of Shai Hulud is gonna be side stories of Dune comics. I'm gonna go pre-order mine. I'm gonna go into the local comic shop. Look at this. You guys don't know about this? Edge of the Crystallites. It's supposed to be about this a son or kid of Shout Out Mapes. Remember Shout Out Mapes? She's the housekeeper. She gets killed by the she gets killed by Yui, right? And Dr. Yui. It's gonna be about her. Right here. It says right there. In order to do this, Simone will need. Wait. It says right here. The spin-off will follow Samos, the son of Mapes, as he tries to take down Baron Abelard Harkonnen for good. Oh, so that's a prequel. Abelard is the brother of Baron Harkonnen that he overthrows later. Because that's Fade and that's Fade and am I right about this? That's Fade and Raban's dad. Abelard, the Baron Abelard. Now, not to be confused with the Abelard Harkonnen from the original Abelard that betrayed the fleet and all that stuff from, you know, the Machine Crusade. No, it's not published. It's a comic strip. You got to go pre-order them. Right here, August 27th, it looks like. Dune fans will get to see how the mission fares on August 27th. The comic will hit shelves in later summer. Right now, you can pre-order Dune Edge of Crystallize Rage of Shadow. That's a long title. At your local comic shop. So, or you can get on digital comic. Right here, it says more. It says, if you cannot wait until August for more Dune goodness, well, you are in luck. Boom Studios has it. Boom Studios has an entire Dune universe on hand, including the title Dune House of Atreides. Oh, those are the graphic novels of like the books. You can get those already. The publisher has also released stories such as Dune Waters of Canley, Tales from Arrakis, House Harkonnen, and Dune House. Those are like graphic novels. I've seen those in the stores. I don't own those actually. I need to go buy them. They're kind of expensive. This says they'll tide us over until next year. No, it won't. But yeah, so there's already stuff you can go buy already that's like side story. But I believe those are just kind of like based off the book. I'm reading House Atreides right now. So there it is, folks. Go out and go to your local comic store and see if they do the pre-order for these Dune comics, which I'm gonna get. I'm gonna try and get two, and I'm gonna get one graded. I don't read comics anymore. I did in like the 90s. But it's Dune, so I'm gonna do it. My favorite comics was Punisher Armory. Remember Punisher Armory in the 90s? Where it'd be an episode of Punisher, but it was like all his weapons, an overview of his weapons. Those are badass. I have a Ghost Rider #1, but it's not the original Ghost Rider. It's like that when they redid it. It's the original one's worth like $1,600. Jesus. The one I have is like $30. What? Is it? I had this one, Ghost Rider #30. Those are not worth very much. The ones I have are not worth. Those are the newer ones. Those old ones are worth money. I'm gonna get that Dune these Dune pre-orders graded. There's new ones coming out. So guess what, guys? I got a new piece of equipment here today. It's not really set up all the way yet. This is really made. I'm gonna really do. I don't even know what I need it for really, but I wanted it. I got a Stream Deck. So I have this cool stream deck. I should take a picture and put it into the Discord real quick. Let me just put it in the Discord real quick. I haven't barely set it up yet. So I'll put it into the main Dune Awakening here. Ooh, it's kind of... Why's my camera so hazy? That's a little better. It seems bright. There we go. There we go. I put it in the Discord on the main, the Dune Awakening main. So I'll be setting that up this week, putting stuff. I don't even know how to. I've used it a little bit, but I'm gonna try to add some cool stuff to that. Yo, you're born in... Oh, Kato, you were born in 96? Wow. I was going in the army in 96, 97. Oh, man. I'm getting old. Do you have a link? Well, I think you have to go to your comic store. It says... I'll post the article. There's no link. Let me see here. I'm not digitally. I'm not really sure, but they order it. I'm not really. Well, let me look. Let's look over here. Maybe I can order it online. Maybe they have online comic store. Let's see here. First comic news. Your first look, Chris Knife. Let's take a look here. A new prequel. That's interesting. Shout out Mapes. It's always somebody we kind of... That's like kind of a cool character that we've always wondered more about. But there's no pre-order here. How do you pre-order it? Oh, this one has some actual stills, some art from the comic. First I'll post this in the... Here's one that's talking about it again. And then let me see if I can... I don't know how you pre-order it. Dude, I have this weird issue right now. When I hit Google, it gives me like Yahoo results. Online. Let's pre-order comics online. My comic shop. Oh, did my thing start over? Oh, my thing was just starting. That's funny. Here, give me a second, guys. Let me get back to my... There we go. I'm back. I'm back to... Let's see. Here's one, mycomicshop.com. Let's check it out. Let's see if there's anything Dune in here. Anything Dune? Art and Soul of Dune. Dune. Yeah, they have it right here. Oh, this is out of stock. Yeah, so it's not... Okay. Shows up here in this place, though. There's a want list, any grade. Oh, I guess they're gonna have 3 of them. Oh no, they're gonna have 3. Oh, they're gonna have 3 different issues, like covers, apparently. Well, I'm gonna get all 3. Items not in stock. If you use... Here, I'll give you this one right here. Keep track of it. I guess you can keep track of it right here, guys. 3 different covers is the way I look at that. It says issue 1A, issue 1B, issue 1E. I don't know what that means. If that's like the same comic with different covers or what. And they're cheap, only $8. Huh. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on that. I might go to the comic store tomorrow and see if they're gonna pre-order them because we have a pretty decent comic store actually where I live. Let's see here. Oh no, I think my thing is jacked up. There we go. I'm back. Yeah, let me go. Let me know what you guys think. So, yeah, so that's pretty cool. We got a bunch of Dune stuff coming out, guys. A bunch of Dune stuff coming out. We got Dune Awakening. We got these comics, Dune Prophecy season 2. Dune Messiah starts production next month. No, 2 months from now. No, next month. Yeah, June. So I'm gonna see. I don't know how you follow development of a movie like that, but yeah, I don't know. Really, I don't have any insiders in Hollywood. What do you guys think? So let's talk about another story here this evening, guys. Let's move on to the next story. I kind of hinted at it earlier. Avengers Doomsday now set to be released on the same day as Dune Messiah. Secret Wars, which I tell you right now, I have zero interest in. The Doomsday. Even though they'll probably make more money than I don't know. Dune Messiah is gonna be hyped up, especially if the rumors about it being like a war movie are true. I'm curious if they're going to add elements of Paul of Dune into it, which is basically a war book, essentially. Paul of Dune is an awesome book. I thought that was a pretty cool book. It's better than House of Atreides. This House of Atreides book's kind of hard. It's kind of a slog. It's my least favorite so far of the This House of Atreides is my least favorite of the Brian Herbert books so far. Yeah, so dude, I couldn't stop listening and reading so I did the audiobook for a couple of them. The Butlerian Jihads and then the Three Schools books. I love those. I really like character. I really like the Vorian Atreides character, and then all the stuff that this kid keeps happening, and then of course the Frank Herbert stuff. But then this one, House Atreides, it's basically a time jump between 10,000 years. So it started off kind of cool with the Baron stuff, but then it's just something about it that's kind of I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe I've just been so busy, haven't had time to get into it. It doesn't seem quite as intriguing. I think I know why. I think I know why. The you know what's gonna happen. That's maybe the issue with these later books. You kind of know what's gonna happen with the Baron and Duke Atreides and all this stuff, but in this book, you find out how exactly the Baron had Lady Jessica, the baby. Um, you find out who her mom is. So I know, if you guys don't know, I know who Lady Jessica's mom is. I know who Lady Jessica's mom is. But it's all in the book. Read the book. It's like the Time Life novels from the 80s. The aliens really build the pyramids. Read the book. You guys remember that commercial from the 80s? Order, call 1-800-359. Order the whole set today. Any older people in here that remember all those commercials from the 80s? I remember everything from the 80s. I remember everything from the 80s and 90s. I'm glad I grew up in that era. It really was. I think it really adds character to a person. Because I grew up watching Three Stooges, Humphrey Bogart movies, black and whites movies, silent films. Like I grew up watching all that stuff that was on TV because that's what you had is TV to watch. There's no internet. So I just feel like people back then are more cultured. So like generation. You know what I'm saying? We used to go watch all kinds of different kinds of movies, and you used to have to go to the library. I don't know. Oh, you guys are looking at a blank screen. So Avengers Doomsday has officially been pushed to Christmas 2026, release as production is delayed on the eagerly anticipated blockbuster. Yeah, they thought bringing back Robert Downey Jr. to Marvel movie was just gonna solve all their problems, and then they realized, oh, we still have all these trash woke producers and writers and film creators at Disney that ruin everything. Still working on the movie. Oops. Well, they really need to fix that. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the film will now be released 18 December, same as Dune, right? So this new schedule coincides with the exact same release date Warner Bros. Has planned for Dune Messiah, the third installment of Denis Villeneuve's epic sci-fi series starring Timothy Chalamet. Timothée. The clash could lead to the similarly typed hysteria seen in 2023 when Greta Gerwig's Barbie never watched it, and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer did watch it, and I own it. It's a good movie. Both films benefited significantly at the box office thanks to the heightened interest. You kind of have to like the history of it all, though, to like that movie, I think. Oppenheimer. Because it's not a lot of action or anything. It's just like, it's about Oppenheimer and how he is surrounded by communist friends and family and all that stuff. And it was all they're all an influence on him, and then like the witch hunt of the communism stuff in the 50s, right? In there. Looking at it now, that was that was a good thing they were doing because look what's happened in the colleges and stuff now. You're a part of the Communist Party. We're taking your clearance. Uh, yeah. I was watching that movie, and then they're like trying to make it look like poor Oppenheimer. They took a security clearance because every single person, his ex-wife and his current wife and his brothers and his friends, and they're all in the communist parties in America. And then they were like, poor Oppenheimer, they took your clearance. Like, no, that's what you're supposed to have happen to you if you're part of those political groups. Could you imagine today if like this like if let's just say well, he's not really working for the government per se. I guess he kind of is. What's a good example? Elon Musk or somebody. If is everybody in his family, best friends, wife, ex-wives, every single person in his family chain was former Chinese Communist Party members or whatever. They're are currently. That would be an issue. That's basically what Oppenheimer had going on back when he made the nuclear the bomb. If you guys don't know, he made the nuclear bomb that was, and then he designed the nuke that was dropped on Japan. Two nukes, you should say. Apparently, had a third one. I don't know if that's true. After looking at that in the work, I don't know. Good movie though, Oppenheimer. And you get to see Florence Pugh in her birthday suit, and I liked it. Yeah. Let me know in the chat. Have you guys seen Oppenheimer? It's a good movie. Well, very well made movie. It's Christopher Nolan. It's just a lot of exposition and talking and the development of the nuclear bomb. They go to Los Alamos, how they set up a camp out there, all this kind of stuff. This one's kind of on politics, but not really. Okay, it is. It's at the time politics for that time. It has nothing to do with our current day stuff. It's all. That's why it's kind of good because its focus is on in the 40s, right? And everything that was going on back then. Yeah, remember like all the crap we have today, like the unions and all that stuff stemmed from communist parties back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, all that. A lot of the problems we do have today is because of all that stuff. It's just hitting our government finally now. The college is being taken over by all that. I went to college, but I did all mine online. That's a smart way to do it. You don't have to deal with anybody. The worst part of college was having to deal with other people. Let's do it all online. Dude, I had this group project, and like at the end of my first course of my master's degree. Oh, I'm kind of letting this out of the bag, I guess. But I was like, oh, we gotta do a group project. Okay, cool. And like they split us into groups, and then most people just stiffed me. And then we got a some people did. I basically had to do like the whole project. I had to write the whole paper essentially with like one other lady helped me. It was like a group of 5. And then some guy in there kept sending his sections in. I had to rewrite it because they're just horrible. Yeah, group projects in college suck. Because everybody's an idiot. I got good grades in college. I was not good. I did not get good grades in high school. I did college way later in life, so when I had more discipline. Luckily, it's worked out. It's allowed me to afford to buy all this stream decks and 4090 cards. Good college. When people say college is useless, it's not useless unless if you do tech or information technology or something computers, some kind of electrical engineering. That's where the money is, folks. But people don't want to do those jobs because they're kind of hard, like academically. But if you're already good at computers, it's easy. It's not that hard. You have a good analytical mind and stuff. The army gave me all that. I can't really take any of myself. I can't really take my own credit. Army made me that way. It kind of forced me to get smarter, I guess. Yeah, people, the rumor is like, you in the army, you're dumb, right? It's like, dude, that's some of the smartest people I've met were in the military. Of course, yeah, some of the dumbest I've met are also in the military. So it's extremes. Yeah, some of the biggest idiots I ever met were also in the military. And then also some of the smartest people I ever met were I'll tell you, I gotta tell those funny stories. I promise. I said I'm gonna do a channel, like a podcast of not about war or stuff like that. This is my idea. I still have it. It wouldn't be about any because everyone's saturated, right? You got all these special forces and Navy SEALs guys doing all their combat podcasts and all, right? It's been done. My podcast would be regular army, the crazy shit. Excuse my French. That retarded soldiers do. The angry cop guy kind of does that already. The angry cop channel. He's funny. He was an ex-drill sergeant. He covered. And Jameson travels. He's like ex-marine. He does funny stuff like that. Like the. But I would do stories that I've seen firsthand. That's what I would do. I've seen so many of that. Okay, let's get back. Hey, you guys got me sidetracking my first night back. I haven't been able to talk to nobody, guys. I'm sorry. I've been sick and lonely, and I've been talking to my Dune besties. Fat Fabby Raptor. I didn't get to play any uh any Dune with you, or what's his face. He doesn't really come on my live streams, does he? But he was our Elingen Joan or whatever his name is. What's our friend there, Fabby Raptor? What's our friend? He builds a. He kind of leads the way. He's the Muad'Dib for us. He points the way. Engine, the Canadian. Okay, let's go back to this article real quick. I'll have to cut this off at about an hour and 30, so I got about 20 minutes left of this live stream, guys. I'm glad I got back on live. I'm gonna go live tomorrow night too, again, guys. So don't worry. I know it's kind of boring tonight, but I think I put some good information about these comics. Joe Jean, yeah, Joe Jean. He never really is on the live that much, on the live streams, but he's on the game. I stream too late, guys. It's 11 o'clock Central, so for some of you people, if you're East Coast, it's midnight. Now, if you're Pacific time, it's not so bad. It's like 10, right? 10 or 9, but yeah, I just can't do it, guys. I got like I've said, I got a, I got a. Am I tech savvy? Yeah, I think I am. I don't really, I won't really put out my. I have a whole career on. This is a fun job for me. This is my hobby. Dune is my hobby. I have a full career on this, like my real job. And I'll just say it's like advanced tech type related job. My day job. I was actually getting emails tonight. It was like freaking 7 o'clock at night, and I was getting people emailing me. I was like, "Holy crap! I'm on my off day because I have Fridays off. Every other Friday off." The good news is my job. Well, I probably shouldn't say this, but you can only do work there. So I can't really get called at night to like, hey, you need to log in and fix something at my house. I can't do that. So I'd either have to either go in, which won't happen because they don't want to pay you for the weekends. I have good hours. I have a good hour. I have to be in this place where I work to do stuff. And then on top of that, it's like they don't work weekends. And they don't do rarely do we work after normal hours. There's no night times. So there's stuff in that and around here that does that, but I don't do that. Man, I'll just say I'm really good at Windows administration, like Windows, the Microsoft Windows, and then I'm really good at Linux operating system as well. And that's what I've been doing for since I've been out of the army. Really, that's how I was in Japan before. I can tell you guys that. That's how I was in Japan before. I was traveling over there to do um, for work in 2021 during COVID. No, that's when I got all the Gundam bots I was telling you guys about before. Remember, I was hand carrying the Gundams on the airplane. Did I ever tell you guys that story? I had a whole bags of Gundam model kits that I hand carried back on the plane back from Japan. If you weren't in that stream, I was talking about that. I'm a big Gundam kit guy. I got a bunch of them in here in the house. So like I told you, I have too many hobbies, guys. I have too many hobbies, and that's why I kind of tunneled to Dune and made the channel. I ever tell you the guys how why I started this channel? Because there's nobody really doing. There's nobody really doing a dedicated Dune channel. Now you have big Dune people like Nerd Cookies, and then you have Secrets of Dune. I haven't seen many videos lately of him, but he's always posting, which I like. I like it. And then Quinn's Ideas, which he's one of my favorites. But they all do well, except for Secrets of Dune, they all do other stuff. So they don't just do Dune only. There was nobody doing Dune only, and none of those big channels are doing Dune Awakening, because they don't really come off as gamers. I'm a hardcore gamer since I was a kid, so that kind of this worked out well for me. Now, my biggest channel is them. No, will a channel get bigger? Hopefully, when Dune Awakening comes out, I hope. I mean, we'll see what happens. I haven't really had I don't get a whole lot of in fact, I don't think I don't think anybody is following me. No one's really watching the channel tonight. So I don't think I'm getting many follows on Twitch or nothing. So yeah, you guys are on Fabby Raptor watching me on Twitch, and then but like I said, I haven't had any I haven't had one sub or follow during this whole live stream. So like I said, my channel is weird. I don't get it. I mean, I get it. Another thing in the works, guys, is I'm working on changing up. I'm gonna get rid of this avatar probably eventually. I'm gonna fix my office. I'm gonna get all my Dune stuff. You know, I've been doing the green screen for the game. I'll probably end up getting rid of the green screen altogether and just me with my office of all my Dune stuff on display. That's what I'm gonna work on setting up. So that's the next kind of big thing I'll be working on. But it's not set up yet. I'd have to redo the whole room. Might take me a little while to get it done. I'm gonna get all my Dune stuff on the other side of the office, get it all set up, rearrange the shelves, everything inside the room. I gotta bring displays and stuff I have in other rooms in posters and things, and rearrange the whole office and get all my Dune stuff in the back of the camera, and then I'll have me with my stuff behind me. And that's probably what that's my new plan. Because I have all this Dune merch. The whole half of my office is Dune here, guys. You guys don't get to see it. So you guys would probably freak out if you really saw what was on my walls here behind me. I won't tell you. I'm a military guy, and I live in the South, so you can imagine what kind of stuff I have in my house. That was me. My mouse is being in here. I do have a cool thing in here. I have maybe I'll show it one day. I have a spent casing of a Abrams main battle tank round. It's not really what you probably think it's a big shell because they don't shoot a shell. They shoot a combustible case base. But so that's what that's what my job was in the Army, you guys. I was a tank guy. So if you guys didn't know that, I think I've told some of you guys that. I operated on the Abrams main battle tank for 20 years before I retired. I showed you guys some. Yeah, I did a whole thing on that one night. I showed you guys videos and stuff. And we talked about that Warfare movie. Did any of you guys go watch that? Warfare? You guys don't go to the theaters. That's on streaming now. I think you have to rent it. Ooh, I yawned there. Let's finish this article here, and then we'll finish this article, and then we'll go to the next thing. So there's some updates coming up for Dune Awakening as well. We'll talk about that. You guys aren't too. You're super excited for the. Oh, cool! You're talking about because I'm gonna fix my room up, Fabby. Yeah, I'm gonna set this up. I just don't know when I'll get it done. I promise so much stuff and I never get it done. Ugh, I'm so busy in my real life, guys. It sucks. I had a family medical emergency a couple weeks before that, and then there was and then a bunch of stuff going on at my work, and then dang, we had the beta weekend, so I was kind of pumping out some live streams there for a minute, and then didn't. But then I got sick. This Jesus, Lord help me. At least I got to go on that Europe trip in March. The cool thing is, guys, I'm coughing here, and I think my my mic filter program is filtering out my coughs. It's working. Okay, so Avengers. We'll get back to this, guys. We read about this. The clash could lead to a similar. Okay, we talked about that. Indeed, fans are already excited at the prospect of two movie hitting theaters at the same. No, I'm not. I'm not a fan of Doomsday, so no. I'm excited about the prospect of Dune Messiah coming out. Yeah, I keep coughing before I can turn my mic off, but I think my filter is catching it. A third fan noted that it would be a huge moment for Florence Pugh, who will star in both Doomsday and Messiah as Marvel Assassin. I like her actually, and I want to go watch. Um, I like Florence Pugh. That's one. She was the one reason I wanted to go watch Thunderbirds or Thunderbirds. Is it Thunderbirds? Thunder. Thunderbirds. Argo. Remember the puppeteer Thunderbirds? You guys remember that? Thunderbolts. You know what Thunderbirds is, guys? That's what I used to watch when I was a kid. Thunderbirds. I'll show you guys. Watch this. Thunderbirds. Argo. It was puppets. That there's like these superhero puppets. Dude, I loved it. Here, I'll probably get copywritten for this. Thunderbird. Thunderbirds. Argo. It was all puppets and models. It was like Team America made their stuff off this kind of thing. I used to love this as a kid, dude. That was awesome. Goes a puppet. Thunderbirds, Argo. That was awesome as a kid. Anyways, Florence Pugh's gonna be. But I do like her actually. She's good in movies. Have you ever seen the movie with her where her and her friends go to like a Swedish like cult? Midsummer, I think it's called, and it's basically they're cannibals or something, and they want to like have their mating ritual on her boyfriend, and then like they basically drug him up and then have their way with him. And they let him on fire, and they actually take her on. I'm kind of ruining the whole movie, but anyways, it's called Midsummer. Florence Pugh. It's a cool movie. It's a weird, freaky horror movie. Go watch it. It's pretty weird. So Disney, which owns Marvel, has announced that instead of releasing the new Avengers movie on May 1st next year, they will sell they will instead release The Devil Wears Prada 2, a sequel to the 2006 comedy starring Anne Hathaway as the hapless assistant of formal fact. What? Devil Wears Prada 2? That's gonna flop. Avengers Doomsday has already faced delays. The film was entirely overhauled and given a new title to replace Avengers Kang Dynasty after Kang actor Jonathan Majors was convicted of assaulting his partner. You guys don't realize that Jonathan Majors actor, you haven't heard from him anymore because yeah, he like was beating up his girlfriend. But I thought they said he got she can't it can't I could have sworn I heard it came out that she was lying about it all. I've been wrong. Let's look that up. Jonathan Major was not fully cleared of charges. On December 20th, he was found guilty of reckless assault in third degree and harassment following it. However, he was acquitted of two other charges: misdemeanor assault with intent to cause physical and misdemeanor aggravated assault. In April 2024, Majors was sentenced, so he basically got in trouble for probably I don't know what he did. I think it was literally just like throwing stuff around that room and stuff like that. Yeah, so the actual assault he got acquitted of. But then the reckless assault stuff, third degree, which is like basically I threw a pan or something at the wall, I'm guessing, or a vase type, which is still bad, I guess. But yeah. So he got, yeah, he was basically his whole entire movie career was ruined because of that. But he never went to jail or nothing. He just was like forced to go to counseling. Yeah, but dude, that's crazy to think about because you have what's his face killed a producer on the set of the cowboy movie. He's fine making movies, and the movie came out. Rust. Alec Baldwin killed the lady. Holy crap! So that's kind of weird, like how crazy all that stuff works, right, guys? You can murder a person. Well, he got zero charges, not even like accidental death or anything. They blamed it all on the prop girl. The prop the old so she was basically a daughter of a former Hollywood famous gun prop guy, and so that's how she got the job. And then totally messed it up, and then had aren't ammo on the set when it's supposed to be blanks, and then people were shooting. Oh man. I guess you don't have to go through any certifications or get checked out or tested first before you get that kind of job with weapons. I don't know. In the army, you do. Like you get tested by some kind of like. There's like no board of safety that checks your skills of weapon knowledge and clearing and basic weapon safety and operations on a movie set. Seems like they'd have something like that, right? Wow, that is crazy, dude. But then like that's crazy how he gets zero anything and still makes movies and the movie still comes out. And then Jonathan Majors throws a plate at a wall and gets his whole career ruined. I'm just making fun of it, but I probably shouldn't. I think it wasn't a Russian woman. They like to throw a lot of things. Anyway, let's see here. So right here, dude. Avengers Doomsday has already faced it. Like we talked about that. Last July, it was announced that Iron Man star Robert Downey Jr. would return to the Marcel cinema. Marcel? I think that was this is supposed to be Marvel, dude. Marcel. Dude, who wrote this? Who proofread? Is there an editor to proofread this? Though this time as a villain, Victor Von Doom, aka Doctor Doom. No one wants to see him as a bad guy. Dude, has anybody watched the Disney Marvel shows? I haven't watched one of them. I heard they all just suck so bad. Did anybody ever watch Ant-Man, the Quantumanian? I never watched it. It looked horrible. That flopped. I think it flopped. Yeah, the Kang guy was in there, right? And he was the guy who lost his job. He was actually in a good war movie, Jonathan Majors. Dude, look at all the people they're gonna bring in. They're trying to flood this to get people to come back to theaters. They're begging people. Look at this. Look at the cast that's gonna be in this movie, dude, guys. They are Disney is begging people to come watch Marvel again because nobody's watching it anymore. They're losing money. Guess who's gonna be in this? James Marsden, which is the guy who played the Cyclops in the first X-Men movies. Kelsey Grammer, X-Men, right? Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Rebecca Romajan, Alan Cumming are also set to star reprising the X-Men roles, dude. They are desperate, dude. If they're bringing back Patrick, if you need, I love Patrick Stewart. dude, Captain Picard, one of the best characters of all time. But he's like 90. Dude, if you have to bring Patrick Stewart in to get people to come to theaters, you have failed. Even though he's awesome. But you guys know what I'm saying? Like, holy crap, they killed him in the last movie. X-Men 3, they kill him. Wow. It's not going to be good, guys. They're going to make it woke. You already know they are. Because it's going to have all those new characters in it. Like Miss Marvel and all and America Chavez and all those people from all those other... I know about this stuff. The most lamest characters from all the new movies. Oh, man. Captain Marvel. Ugh. It's horrible. That was like... That Captain Marvel movie was so bad. With what's-her-face? Remember when she showed up in Endgame? Hi, Peter Parker. That was so bad. What's her dang name? What's who plays Captain Marvel? I don't like hate her as an actor. Did Frank Herbert have a title for his books? Arrakis is a planet within the universe. I'm confused because George Lucas never used a planet in his universe for the title. Yeah, I just think that Dune is, in his story, Dune is the center of it, basically, because it's the only place where space travel is, the spices. Star Wars is just basically a much larger scoped in a weird way. Because think about it. In Star Wars, they take over whole planets and stuff, the Imperial Empire. Which in Dune they do to an extent too, but when House Atreides got wiped out on Dune, Harkonnens didn't send a fleet to go invade Caladan. It was pretty much made de facto benign. It lost all its power when the Duke got killed and most of his army. There was no reason to go take over, waste resources to take that planet when they don't care about other planets. They care about Dune. It's kind of like the way I look at it, anyways. Everyone's fighting for that one planet. That's the whole point. Harkonnens don't care about a Caladan. I mean, that means nothing to them. The planet itself. Now, when Paul does the jihad, that's different because it does matter. He needs to bring all those planets into compliance. So he has to go out and assault them all, which is awesome, which I hope we see a lot of that in the new movie. I hope I really do hope the first 45 minutes or so of Dune Messiah. I know people won't like that because it's not really in the book. But to me personally, because I like wars, I like the sci-fi, I like the war parts of, the fleet battles and the assaults of Dune. But like the first 45 minutes is like him assaulting like Kitane and stuff, dude, or whatever with Gurney. Even though it doesn't really go down like that, Paul is not really assaulting planets per se himself, because in Paul of Dune, it's like Gurney and Stilgar and all them are going out there and leading the armies. Yeah, but it's pretty badass. That's a great book, Paul of Dune, I think. I think I've said that already. I'm going to try and get through House Atreides, guys. Maybe I'll listen to it tonight when I go to bed. Oh, it's already past 1:30. Or question, hour and 30 for me. Yep, I'm about to wrap this up here in a second. Let's work on what we're finishing on here, guys. Yeah, it's 11:34 for me. I got to go to bed. I'm still kind of sick, so I need to go rest a little bit. I can't stay up all night. I need to make sure I'm good and wide and healthy for the 5th. Yeah, so to sum that up, yep, Marvel's in trouble. Even though everyone tells me that the Thunderbolts was a good movie, actually. So maybe I need to go check that out. I'll probably buy. I will buy every once in a while a Disney movie. I don't like to give them money, but I did buy Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I have like own Tron. You know, there's certain Disney stuff I buy. I own like Rogue One. That's the best Star Wars movie they did. I've heard the Andor show is good. If they had never did Boba Fett show and the Acolyte show, and did something different, it probably would have been a better off situation. It's crazy how the Acolyte has really tanked Star Wars for a lot of people. And then The Last Jedi, of course, really hurt it real bad for them. That movie was horrible. I went back and started watching Rise of Skywalker out of curiosity. And I wasn't hating it as much as I remember. The Rise of Skywalker movie wasn't quite as bad as the Last Jedi. Last Jedi is horrible, dude, especially when they're in that casino planet, Anto Bite or whatever it's called. What they do here, all they do is when what's her face is all. I just want to smash this whole place to smithereens, or whatever she's saying. I was just like, ugh, ugh. What's her name? Yeah, that movie sucks. See, I was all on board, dude, when Force Awakens came on. I was like, okay, well, yeah, it should have been Luke at the end that showed up to save them from Kylo Ren, but in the woods there. But I was like, okay, whatever. And then at the end, he shows up, and it's like, oh, Luke. And then the next movie's gonna be great. It's gonna be all about Luke. Nope. And sad about Disney Plus, man. I've been wanting to watch the Andor show, but then I don't want to give him any money. And there's old stuff on Disney I like The Black Hole. It's a great old movie, science fiction movie. You guys ever seen that movie, The Black Hole? Ernest Borgnine's in there. It's got the guy from Psycho. What's his name? Norman Bates from the original. The actor, I can't remember his name. Anthony Perkins. Yes, I was right. I have Netflix. I only have Netflix because my wife watches it. I really only have all the streaming platforms because my wife watches it. I don't watch anything on there, dude. I don't watch Netflix. I watch HBO Max, but I get that for free. I don't barely even watch HBO Max. I watch YouTube, and I watch YouTube. Guys, I watch 4Ks. I have a Vudu account. You know, a Vudu, which is now Fandango or whatever it is, where you can buy digital movies. Really like full movies. I have a massive library on there, and then I have a bunch of actual hard 4K discs of movies I watch because it's better sound. I have a big sound. I have a Dolby Digital surround sound with a big giant You guys, have you seen some of my shorts? I've showed it in there. I got a theater room here, and I watch Dune all the time on it at full blast. My wife gets pissed. It's awesome, especially this when they land on Arrakis scene, dude. It sounds so awesome in my surround sound. I love it. I love it. I'm gonna go. I can't do it. I'm gonna go watch it right now, but I can't. Everyone's sleeping. All right, folks. I'm gonna wind this down. Well, that was pretty fun. I think there's a couple little bit of new Dune. Dune New Weekly support for music. It's a major win ahead of the game's launch in June. I have a Steam Deck. Yep. It's all right. The graphics aren't all that good on games. I guess we're getting an in-game info dump here coming out here soon. Oh, so that's what we're gonna show here in a second. So if you guys have been paying attention to the news, on May 28th at 12 p.m. Eastern, I guess Standard Time. I guess that means our time. So 11. I'll be at work. I might try to sneak away and come and live stream, guys. I'll try again like I did last time. But Funcom's gonna do another live stream. We didn't think they were gonna give us any more stuff, but guess what? They're giving us more stuff, guys. More live streams. Those live streams are so funny. That lady, what's her name? She's so like Norwegian, dude. It's so funny. She has tattoos and dude, it's funny. It's funny how Western they are. They're like so. When I went to Norway, they're all just like perfect English, dude. Every single person. It's crazy. We're idiots compared to these people, dude. In Norway, and then all the language is in Norwegian everywhere, right? So the signs and everything, you're just like, I can't read nothing. And then when you talk to him at the store, oh hi, how you doing? And you're like, this is perfect English. You're just like, what the heck? You might as well just have all your stuff in English here. Dude, I went to a gas station. I was like, excuse me, do you speak English? She's like, of course. I was like, okay. Germany ain't like that. I mean, Germany, they do speak a lot of English, but not everywhere. You definitely can't do that in Japan. Dude, in Japan, they don't speak a lick of English, barely. That's why it feels like more. That's why I like Japan, because it feels like, hey, I'm in another country. I'm really in another country. You go to Europe, it still kind of feels like, okay, it's westerny. But you go to Japan, you are in another country, dude. They don't. The culture is totally different. Everything, mannerisms, everything's totally different. It's like going to the Middle East or something. I don't know how many of you people have you ever been to another country where they just don't speak. It's like if you don't have a translator, you're screwed. And the language is like way it's Arabic or Japanese or something. This is don't nobody speaks any English. It's wild to be in a country like that. France is kind of like that. France was some people spoke English and some didn't. Denmark, they all spoke English. Those Danish kind of countries and those Norwegian countries, they all speak a lot of English. Where was I at? Kuwait, they speak English. Those kind of more developed Arab countries, they all speak like British English. But you go to like Iraq, dude. No. Some people do, but no, mostly don't. And then, or you go to like Afghanistan, dude. It's going in the Stone Ages. Go to Afghanistan, which I don't recommend ever, um, for obvious reasons. Yeah, they don't speak any, barely any. Especially if you go to the rural, like in the mountains. If you go to the if you go up there into the Afghan Pakistan border up there in the federally administered tribal areas, the no man's land where the Taliban used to own it, nobody would go in there. All those people up there, the Pashtun people, they don't speak any English. They don't even know their birthdays. There's a whole world out there that people don't see that are like basically it's like going to another planet. It's like compared to other like our culture and totally just yeah, you might as well just be a different world, totally different culture. Kids and women are exploited on a daily basis. It's common practice. You see it out there in the open. Hey, so it is what it is. It's like it's crazy, dude. You just blow your mind. The other countries do to kids and women. Oh, my home theater. I don't know. I'd have to go look it up. I don't have like a super great one. Well, if you count my projector, it's kind of pricey. The projector itself is like almost it's 3 grand. I mean, look, it's got to be around 6, 7 grand. Then I've jumped into that. Maybe not that much. But if you count the PlayStations and stuff and the Xbox, I mean, if I do, can I count the Xbox and the PlayStation 5? Ooh, we gotta go see me where. I don't go anywhere. I'm boring now. All my traveling was when I was in the military. From 97 till 2000, really 2013, I did a lot of traveling, either vacationing or deployments. And then after that, I didn't leave the country again till this last March. It was the last sentence. That was so it was like a good 12 years before we traveled out of the U.S. Oh no, I take that back. I went to Japan, the Philippines. I think Thailand's better. They go do that. They say my one of my good buddies at work, his wife's Filipino, but they immigrated here when she was like before when they were kids or something. I have a funny story about Philippines and a friend in the army. He shacked up with a Filipino lady, and then he thought he was in the dream marriage and his wife forever. And then they're building a house in the Philippines, and then she's like, "Oh, I need to travel back to the Philippines." And he's like, "Oh, I'm not coming home, and I'm taking the house." She snagged all. He paid all this money for a house, and she just gave it to the family, and then dumped him. So you gotta be careful with that stuff. There's a lot of scams like that out there in the Philippines. You gotta make sure that you gotta make sure that you don't send any money back there to her family. From what I was told and I've seen, if they ask you a lot, like, "Hey, you need to do this for me and my family back that my family that's back there," then that's a red flag apparently. If they ask you for a lot of money of things to do things. But then I've had other buddies that married Filipino wives that they're perfectly married, like been married forever, and they're perfectly happy. So it's possible. It's probably more likely that's the way it's going to happen. You probably have a better chance than you are getting scammed. But my buddy tells me about these things because his wife's Filipino, but she's funny because she was like raised in the South from a little kid, so she's like a southern. She's like a southern draw. Hey y'all, but she's Filipino. It's funny. I don't know. I've heard Thailand's a better bet. I don't know. I don't really. I watched a lot of YouTubes about it. It's for fun. I'm married for like 20 something years, so I don't even care really too much about it. But it's probably. I don't know. I don't know, man. I would research it. It's a risk no matter what you do these days. I think with relationships. I mean, I guess I did something right. I've been married 23 years. I guess. I don't know. I don't think that even matters anymore. Isn't it like 60% of marriages are end in divorce now? Yeah, Western stuff's way harder to deal with. Yeah, I don't know. And I've been out of that game for so long, I don't even know. Well, folks, I'm gonna cut this off here soon. I'm probably well. I mean, I guess you know, historically, I guess I'm a good person to ask about relationship stuff, but maybe not. Maybe not. But I'm the advisor. Happy wife, happy life. They do say that. That is true. Yep. All those people in those podcasts of "I'm a man, bro. You can't let the woman walk all over you." It's like, dude, that ain't true. If you're those guys, none of those guys are married. Have you noticed that too? Most of those guys that are like basically like on those all those podcasts. Yeah, I expect a woman to do woman's wife stuff from the 1950s. First of all, they're not. That's not the 50s anymore. Like you gotta live in reality, and none of that's true. You lose all your hobbies, you lose all your free time, you lose all your fun stuff to keep the woman happy. That's just the way it is. I hate to tell people that, but you're they get probably 70-80% of the attention. That's just how it is because they're more emotional, right? Usually, or more and want the attention. Men can go and sit in their office all day and not talk to anybody and be hey honey, and then come out, hey honey, I still love you, and be totally fine. The woman doesn't see it that way. You ignored me all day, so it's just one of those things where it's like that's just how it is. That's reality, man. So you have to give up a lot of stuff to have a long marriage. That's for sure. That's just the way it is. You gotta give and sacrifice and stuff. That's for sure. I mean, in a good way. In a way, it's good because if I wasn't if I was married, I'd be eating ice. I'd be eating a box of ice cream every day or something, sitting on the couch, eating, drinking beer and bourbon all day. So you kind of need your. So that's the good aspects. So you kind of have a check and balance there. Yeah, granted, they're not gonna let you sit there and play a video game all day because, but in a good way, it's good because you have kids in the family and you got to go do the yard, you got to go to Home Depot and pull the weeds and cut the grass and. But like, it's like, yeah. But I'm lucky where I have a stay-at-home wife. She stayed at home all these years. Some people can't afford that, so they have to wife. Both people have to work. Dude, I couldn't imagine that. I couldn't imagine if you have kids and daycare, you got to pay for all that child care, dude. There's people paying $2,000 a month for child care. Dude, screw that. No way. They have no choice because they both have to work. That's why I recommend if you're gonna get married one day, make sure the wife's set yourself up where you if you can, that you need to be the only income and they stay home with the kids. That's what I recommend. That's just my personal opinion. If you can do that. Oh, and I always tell everybody, have kids young. Don't wait till you're freaking 40. I can't afford it, dude. Do not wait. People are like, I'm waiting until I'm 35 to have kids. Yeah, guess what? You're going to be 50 and they're still in high school. Screw that. In your 20s, dude, you need to be having boom, boom, right when you need to be. This is all my personal opinion, everyone. You're 23, 24, you get married, boom, first kid. Next year, second kid. If you're having more kids in a row, boom, 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 boom. Have all the kids up front. Bam. Or else you're going to be freaking. Unless you're. Did you really want to be 55 years old chasing a newborn around? Trust me, after you hit 30 years old, your body starts falling apart. They don't tell you this. I don't care who you are, unless you're like you're a athlete or whatever. But if you're a regular person, at 30, after 30, you start gaining the weight, and boom, your body starts messing up. So you don't need to have no newborns in your 30s. Nobody ever listens to me though. I have people at work. Oh, we're waiting to have kids. Dude, there's a guy. There's a guy that's a manager where I work at. He's like my age, newborn, and I'm like, no stinking way. Oh, Kato, you're way behind, dude. You need to already have been having kids and married already. 28? That's too young. I mean, it's too old. I mean, you're behind the curve. Like, you need to go get married this year if you are going to do it. I do recommend you live with the chick first. Live with the person first. Don't, yeah, and then, uh, what's another good, way to, some things, just things that I've learned that I wish I would have did. Live with the person first you get married. Prenup. We might not need that if you get a Filipino wife or something. The problem is now you're getting older and now you can't keep up with the person that's demanding because a lot of women are demanding. Not all, but a lot are. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have one that's demanding. And the older you get, then you get tiring. It's tiring to have all these demands all day. Right? So yeah, so you have to have somebody that's, I don't know. I'll just I'm married to an Eastern European woman, and they are very demanding. So that's just one thing. But they do everything for the house, like the house stuff. So that's great. The cooking and the cleaning and the laundry and all that. So like I don't have my lunch is made and my dinner gets made. I come home and the dinner's waiting for me in the pot and the so that's the benefit. But they are demanding on other things. So it's just kind of a thing. I do I don't know. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. It's very interesting to do a marital advice channel. And but like I said, you gotta be prepared to give up things. So your best hobbies, like instead of if you've been playing 10 hours a day of video games, that's going to be cut down to 2 hours a day, dude. I'm telling you right now. If you want to stay married forever, Unless you find a gamer girl, like a buddy of mine did. I have a friend that married another gamer chick kind of thing, and so they play games together. Which I don't have that. Not anywhere near that. Yeah, but the thing is, that was a different time when my mom met my wife. I wasn't playing games all day. I was up in the club every night at the bar. Like I was a different time of my life. And my when I got to Germany in 2000, all I cared about was going out every night and trying to pick up chicks. That's all I did. That's all I cared about. I was barely playing video games in the easier to have. Well, I think it's easier everywhere to have a child. I think it's easy anywhere to have a kid, but you just want to make sure you have the right person. You got to watch out for that stuff too, because all the immigration stuff can be a pain in the butt. It took us getting green cards and all that kind of thing. You definitely would want to, if you're going to have a kid with a foreign national and you're going to marry that person and all that stuff, to have the kid on U.S. soil. If you could. That's a whole lot easier. Or be in the military like I was. And your paperwork just gets rushed through. Like my oldest son was born in Germany. But since I was military, it's boom, he's US. He's basically the same as being born in the US. He has a badass, cool looking birth certificate too. He doesn't have a state. My oldest son doesn't have. He doesn't have a state like Alabama or whatever, California or whatever. He doesn't have a state. He has a United States consulate birth certificate. He's literally just a citizen of America. It's pretty cool looking. He doesn't have a state one. Like my second kid was Georgia. She's a Georgia. So that's basically what you would have to do if you do have a kid with a foreign national person in a different country. You immediately go to the nearest embassy and you file for consular birth abroad paperwork for that kid. And that way it's the kid is becomes a de facto if you're not married yet. Getting married to a foreign national, then it becomes a paperwork thing with immigration. You apply for a visa, and then you apply for a green card. Once you get approved and the visa's approved to travel then back to the U.S., it's not cheap. You know, you're paying thousands, sometimes thousands of bucks for some of that stuff, guys. So you got to keep that in to. I did all that with my wife, so and I had the easy way because it was the military. So those guys that go over there, it's not all sun and rainbows with those women because you have to pay. You're paying for all their immigration paperwork probably to get them back to the U.S. Just keep that in mind. And yeah, I should make a YouTube channel on this stuff, huh, guys? I keep going on this for hours. Sugar daddies. I don't. Yeah, I never had to deal with any of that stuff. I always had. I always picked up. I always picked up a lot of women in my younger days at regular bars and nightclubs and things in Europe and in the U.S. too. But I used to be kind of somebody. I used to be kind of a suave guy back in my younger days. Now I'm a big nerd. I couldn't, dude. If I went out to a bar today, let's just say I wasn't married or whatever, and I try to go at this age and my mentality right now, would just be like, what do I have? Hey, do you like Dune? Dude, I don't have anything in common with any people anymore, other than nerd stuff anymore. Or metal music. It is kind of nice when you're older, when you don't care about that anymore. You don't care about your image of so to speak. I go to this gym, and so I go to the gym. I'm just in there like, "Oop-a-doo, I'm going on the elliptical, whatever." And there's all these like young, good-looking people in the gym, and they're all like, and I'm just don't care. It's funny. It's weird. It's weird when you get older. I think after you hit about 36 years old, about 36, they're not caring about that kind of stuff starts kicking in. Almost married 5 times now, only on 4. Model? I ain't no model. Hell no. I'm losing my hair on my legs, and my eyebrows are from bad circulation and from freaking getting chlorine gas bombs blowing up on me and stuff, and like my hair's falling. Dude, I was in war zones, man. I am the farthest from a model. Inhaling freaking chemicals, and one of these days something's gonna pop up where I have some kind of serious medical issue from like deployments. I'm just waiting for it. I don't know what it's gonna be though. You have a cyst on your lung or something. I don't know. Something's gonna happen eventually. I'm already mentally prepared, so it won't be no big deal. I won't be upset or nothing. I had a great fun life and an adventure. No regrets. Dude, I did stuff that in like my 20s and 30s that most people would never do. Never do in their life. They'll never even imagine it. No. I got a mop suit in the garage. Still in packaging. Got all the carbon in it and everything. It's probably expired. I think those things have dates on them. Dude, no crap, dude. We in Ramadi 06, insurgents blew up a freaking chlorine bomb truck, and we literally had a freaking gas mask up and everything. And we drove out to freaking ground zero of this thing in freaking pro masks. And dude, I won't put that thing on, dude. It's full of carbon. I'll get it because unless you clear it all the carbon out of it, it'll be all over my skin. It'll ruin the clothes I'm wearing. I have to go naked in it. I don't know if I can fit in it. I'm too fat now. I had a pro mask and I sold it to Army Supply. I wish I didn't. I have a lot of Army gear, dude. I need to get rid of it. Actually, I have too much Army gear, dude. Still from. I got boxes of that stuff, dude. Well, having kids, yeah. Oh, hey, cool. I got a new follower. Thank you, Geek. Was it Geek something? Ledger? Yeah, having kids in anything after your mid-20s, dude. You wanna have kids when you're young. Now I get it, money's a factor, but you can get on Wick and stuff. I was on Wick with my kids when I was like 23, 24 years old, 24, 25. You can get on Wick and stuff. Though the state assistance and stuff. But I'm telling you, dude, you do not want to be in your 30s, 40s, 50s with young kids, man. It's just if you can help it. I get it though. Money's the number one cause of divorce, and theoretically, you don't. You age into more wealth. It's kind of what happens with men, right? And men in general, like you level up through the years. You don't just immediately unless you're like your family's rich already, or you just get lucky, or you're a crazy hard worker. You usually level up through the years. Most people don't make good money until their 40s. Like me, I'm an example of that. I was making shit money until I hit like 42. I didn't own a house till I was 39. So I was making crappy army. Army don't pay well. You get medical and that's good, but like it does not pay. The paycheck ain't good. So the only thing the military's for is you get GI Bill paid for, your college, and your health care. Your paycheck itself is kind of sucky, but all the benefits are good. Dude, you do not want to be. Yeah, I don't have a. What's he say? He's 46. What did we say? I got a 20-year-old and a 5-year-old. Oh, dude, yeah. The 20-year-old, that's fine. But yeah, dude, yeah. I got a 12-year-old as my youngest, so that's not so bad. He's almost a teenager. I'm 40. I'm 46 too. That's old. But yeah, dude. So even the 12-year-old, I mean, if I would have had him a year or two after my oldest son's out of the house. My oldest son's gone. He's not here. He's not gone. I mean, he's in his life, doing great. He's good, and he's 20, almost 23. But like, if I would have had my other son younger earlier, he would have been. I would have had a completely empty house right now. I would have been. But now I have to watch Skibbity Toilet every day. I get to watch Unspeakable and Skibbity Toilet and Darman videos. Ugh. You guys know what Skibbity Toilet is? You have a 5-year-old. You probably know. 5-year-olds might not be into Skibbity. That's like for like 9-year-olds and 10-year-olds. Yeah, Skibbity Toilet. Oh my goodness, that's like the biggest thing on YouTube. He meant 46, I think. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I'm going 2 hours and 15 minutes, guys. Well, welcome to the Dune Marital Status Show. Oh man. I'm supposed to be talking about Dune Awakening. We're talking about marriage advice and relationships. Yeah, dude, that's ridiculous. Dude, I've noticed a lot of that lately. 60-year-olds marrying younger women, which sounds skibbity butt munch. Skibbity. Dude, the skibbity stuff's crazy how popular it is. They have toys. I got a skibbity toilet toy here in the house, and plushies all over the house here. But he's my. So it's cool when they start getting like 12, dude, and 11. They start leveling up their skills. So like basically, that's when they really start getting good at things. So then like he's doing Rubik's cubes now, and Legos are they're good at Legos finally. So it's kind of nice when they get to like 11 or 12, and they kind of don't need you as much as far as like attention, and not like that in a bad way, but like you know what I mean. The kids are kind of they're starting to do their own things. Yeah, I've heard about a Skibbity toilet movie, guys. Oh my goodness. Let's look it on AI. Yes, a Skibidi Toilet is officially in production. Michael Bay is directing the film, which is being developed by Invisible Narratives, a studio founder by former Paramount Pictures Adam Goodman. The project aims to bring Bay's signature explosive style to the viral internet phenomenon, which started as a bizarre YouTube series featuring toilet-headed creatures battling humanoid figures with electronic heads. The film is still in early development, and details about the cast and release date haven't been announced yet. However, Academy Award-winning FX supervisor Rob Legato, Titanic and Avatar, and production design Jeffrey Beecroft, Transformers and 12 Monkeys are involved in the project. Holy crap, this is a real deal, dude. It's wild to think that a meme-driven series has evolved into full-scale Hollywood production. Dude, it has a toy line. It has everything. Dude, you can buy them in Target, dude. Skibidi toilets. Dude, did I play the closed beta? I think you can say now that you're in it. Other people have said it. You just can't say nothing about it. Like the actual beta itself. I've seen other YouTubers and other people say that they were in the closed beta before. That's all they say though. They don't say anything else. You can't say nothing about it. I don't think they like you talking about it, but you definitely can't show video or pictures. That will get you banned. Yeah, they're desperate for ideas. That's for sure. They're running out of stuff. They're gonna have to start coming up with new IPs, man. But you can't come up. The new IPs aren't gonna work if they're all politically woke and all that kind of stuff, right? No one's gonna like that. That doesn't work. So you'd have to make a awesome new franchise that's like old school 1990s level story with modern special effects, and or early 2000s, because like really early 2000s was like kind of the golden years, dude. Lord of the Rings, Gladiator. I mean, dude, think about it. That was when stuff was like really getting good. You know, we had serious good movies coming out, like more serious type movies coming out in the early 2000s. Like, remember when the 300 came out, dude? You had like what's a freaking movie that was just epic in the early 2000s there? I named some of the two best ones that came out there in that era. I bought Gladiator 2 on 4K. I haven't really watched it yet. Has anybody watched Gladiator 2? I've seen parts of it. The Star Wars movies, the Matrix. Well, no, Matrix movies 2 and 3 were not that great. Yeah, Revenge of the Sith came out in the 2000s. That was a great one. Second one, acting wasn't that great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Dune Awakening is the alternate timeline in his head. Yeah, Dune Prophecy. I liked it. It's not an action-packed show. It's very, slow burn kind of political thriller kind of thing. If you know that going in, it's not going to be a whole lot of action. It's actually kind of reads like the Dune books in a weird way, but it's based on the Brian Herbert books, Sisterhood of Dune, Mentats of Dune, and Navigators of Dune. I've read all the books, but I've covered it on this channel, like all the differences in the books and the show. The show takes place like about 30 years after the end of the last book, when Tula and Valia Harkonnen are older. They're like in their 50s now. In the books, they're young. So in the flashbacks in the shows though that air, so the flashbacks in the show are like from the books, but then they're not quite. They did some changes. They did a few changes. I've talked about that before. I was very into those books, like the Brian Herbert books, actually. So I've read all of them. Well, not all of them. I read all of those prequel books, and then right now I'm in the middle of. Have you seen my channel on YouTube, A Geek Ledger? Do you follow my YouTube? Go check out my YouTube because I have. If you just seen me on here, I don't know if you follow me on YouTube or not, but on YouTube is my full Dune Awakening channel. Our my Dune channel, Arrakis Central. Not Dune Awakening, but I have Dune Awakening on there. But um, I have tons of lore stuff and a lot of the Brian Herbert stuff on there. I break down on they're not maybe the greatest videos ever made, but my channel's fairly new, so about a year old, and I cover so much stuff about Dune on there. The games, lore, books, movies, merchandise they have out there available, everything Dune. So the channel's all just Dune. And then Dune Awakening, I cover stuff about Dune Prophecy. There's spoilers in there, a lot of stuff, but and then as far as the Brian Herbert versus Frank Herbert stuff, see, there's two camps on that, right? Because I've talked about it before on this channel a lot. There's the people that are only Frank loyalists that hate anything Brian Herbert, and then there's people that like all of them. And I'm the second. I like all of them. I'm like one of the few people, I guess, that does like them all, I guess. But I love those Balerian Jihad books, and then the Great Schools books. And then right now I'm in the middle of trying to get through the, what do you want to call it, the prequels to Dune, like House Atreides, House Harkonnen, House Carino. I haven't finished those yet. You talking about the Kato? You talking about the Spartacus show, the Gladiator seasons? Because Gladiator is movies, but Spartacus is the. Oh, but they got a different. Anthony Hopkins has like a ancient Rome show on, doesn't he? Paramount or something. I don't know what it's called. Then there's Rome, which was on Showtime, which was a good show. It had 2 seasons. Dude, Spartacus was awesome, dude. It had freaking Lucy Lawless in it from Xena, Warrior Princess. I gotta go to bed, guys. I've been on live for 2.5 hours. Man, I'm glad we got some Geek Ledger. Go check out all my. If you get bored, I've been mostly recently covering a lot of Dune Awakening. And stay tuned. The game I'm gonna be live streaming on the 5th, and I'll be live tomorrow night too. Again here, like this, just like this tonight. You missed earlier. I covered a whole bunch of news. So the last bit of news I was letting these people know on 28th of May, they're gonna do another FunCom live stream showing later game stuff. So far we've really only seen that beginning area of the open beta, and then a little bit of deep desert stuff they showed us, but they're going to start showing us more of the mid to end game stuff. And then on June 5th, I'll be. Oh, here we go. We got new follower. Cool. No to TV. Thank you for following, man. Man, I'm getting followers in here the longer I stay on. But it's about midnight, or it's about 1 o'clock for me. I almost got to get off, but here in a minute. Appreciate it. Go back and watch the stream from the beginning if you want. But yeah, I haven't been streaming. I was sick for like the last 10 days since the closed beta, the open beta weekend. I just started recovering like yesterday. I had a bad cold. But tomorrow night I'll be live again like this, covering Dune news. And then so on my YouTube channel, on this channel, I only do Dune stuff. So if you're always just, I'm like really the only guy doing dedicated all Dune, all the time. So. And I kind of bring that kind of, and some of the other people out there that are big Dune channels, they don't really like the Brian Herbert stuff. I'm like the only guy out there. I guess I don't know if that's bad or good, whatever. I don't care. I like it. I like the Brian Herbert books. I don't care. I'm doing my own thing here, and I'm a one-man show, so I'm not reporting to anybody. Oh yeah, no to TV. Hey, go check out the Dune stuff, man. Go check out my Dune channel. I got a lot of. I haven't made a lore video in a while, which I'm working on, and then I'm working on my trip I did to Oslo. So in March, I went to Europe, flew to Europe on my own. Well, not my own, but my family. And I went and visited the Funcom headquarters in Oslo, Norway. So I went there. I paid my own way over there too. They didn't pay anything for me. They're great people. They're great, dude. Funcom's super nice people. Um, yeah, they let me in there. They just let it, and they didn't even know me. They didn't have to let me in there. I did a tour of the place. I was like, okay, thanks. I mean, I am a Dune channel, but that's all I know about me. I mean, they got security, and buzz me in, that kind of thing. It was cool. I have a video I'm making about the trip, by the way. I just been so busy with life, real life. I don't do streaming full time, so that's why I really kind of did videos. It was more of my but with the game's coming out, so I'll be live streaming this game. And I'm working behind the scenes. I do show myself on camera too, so it's just on the green screen on the gameplay footage. But then I'm changing up my office, and then once that's done, I'll be on screen with all my Dune stuff behind me. So that's my plan. Yeah, go join the Discord, guys. Join the Discord. I'm not sick anymore, so I'll be a little more active in there and posting shorts, videos. I'm trying to do what I can, guys. I'm a one-man show. I'm completely by myself doing this. So I'm not I'm a okay sized YouTube channel, but I'm a very small footprint Twitch guy. I don't have many followers, so I think I'm approaching 100, but man, like I said, if this could replace my regular day job, I would do it and I would stream every day. But I'd have to have a whole lot more money coming in to do that though. Man, by a lot. Cuz I've I've like I said, I don't make anything from I monetize from YouTube, but like I said, I've only made like $100 in like a year on YouTube. That's the only thing I've made money from. So, hey, I had to claim that on taxes this year though. Hey, I made $100 from ad revenue, and I got some of you guys are my followers. So like Gato, I appreciate that. My members. I really don't need the money though. I have a very I'll put it this way. I have a very lucrative industry I'm in, and then I've created quite a good, decent, comfortable life for the family. So that's I'm not really I don't need this. I'm doing this all for fun, basically, and this is a bonus if it works out that way, where I can, make money off it. I guess I'm just doing it because I love Dune, dude. I love Dune since I was a kid, dude. Like 5, dude. When Dune came out 84, so I was 6 years old. I probably didn't watch it till I was like 7. I'm guessing because I was came out on TV or something, Showtime or something. I think that's what it was. Came out on Showtime, I believe. And ever since then, I've loved it. They had the toys and KB toys in the mall. As a kid in the 80s, they had the original Dune, the 84 movie. And ever since then, I've loved Dune. Then I had Dune Sega CD and Dune 1000 and all the old games. I didn't have a PC really when I was in the 90s to play that on, but those PC ones. But I think it came out on PlayStation 1. They had a Dune game, which I think I played once. But then they had that crappy kind of like third person adventure one that came out in like 2002 or 3 or 4. It was like not very good. Up until that point, the best Dune game was a Sega CD version of Dune, which was like kind of a strategy weird one. Which I have the emulator for it. I should play it on live stream one night. You guys would laugh. I did play it before. I played it one time. You guys can find it on my channel. It's really crappy graphics, but it's a fun game. But dude, so far the best Dune game I've played is this Dune Awakening, dude. We played this beta weekend. So far, this is the best Dune game out that I played. As far as kind of actiony, no, no, RTS is a different story. I like Spice Wars is good, dude. So Spice Wars is really good. Yeah, I hope so. It's just I'm such a small fry Twitch guy. It's funny when you go on there and it's like basically you got these big they're pulling like 10K viewers. It's crazy, dude. Wild stuff. These big streamers. It's like I don't know how they do it. I mean, these guys are all professional gamers before, you know. That's why there's a lot of them are so big. They're doing tournaments. I'm not like that. I'm not like a professional gamer by any means, and I got more of a Dune, just kind of a Dune content channel more. And then I happen to be playing. I'm a gamer, but like I've been playing games my whole life. But um, you know, I think I'm pretty okay at that Dune game. I was pretty good at it on that beta weekend. I got to play the creator preview weekend too, that the FunCon gave me a key for. So you can go back and watch all those videos. I have like my streams are on YouTube. They disappear off of Twitch after a while, but if you go on YouTube, they're all on there. So you can see all. If you get bored and just want to watch me fart off on that game, the beta weekend, you guys can watch my 3-4 hour streams. I have a couple of them up, so you can take a look at those if you want to go watch the gameplay. We did a little. One of them we did a little PvP. It was kind of funny, but I'm used to playing solo and everything. So when I was playing with people, I get kind of sidetracked. So, anyways, all right, guys, make sure. Yeah, it's crazy, right? But I'll be streaming. My plan right now is when the game comes out, I'll be streaming. I will be streaming almost every night, but it's not going to be 8 hours. It's going to be probably from 9 to midnight Central Time. Maybe not every night. And then it's going to be about that on weekends, but probably put up one. So probably do 4-hour streams on Friday, Saturday nights from about 9 to 1 a.m. And then Sunday, it'll be US servers, yeah, more than likely. More than likely. And then I'll play 2 to 3 hours on weeknights. I'll have my own guild. So our Discord has a guild, House of Erasmus. David Smoth. Oh man, David Smoth. Refresh my mind, David Smoth. Where did I meet you? Did I meet you, or you just been on the stream? I don't work for about 4 months, so I have a minute to play. Oh yeah, no. See, we have our own guild We have our own guild, the House of Erasmus, which I created, and then I promote people. Oh, Wheelie in the closed beta. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. Oh shoot, I don't remember. Join the. I'm sorry, man. It's been so long since I think. Yeah, I don't know if that was the beta week. Maybe it was the beta weekend. Was that the creator beta? You're talking about the creator beta. Yeah, if you want to join the guild when the game comes out, join the Discord, and then we'll like basically everybody links up on launch day. So I have to figure that out because we don't know if they said that the servers will be different from the early release June 5th servers will be different than the 10th. So how's that going to work? Am I going to have to... Were you the guy... Are you the journalist guy? Kato, you're funny. Don't take all my points. I'm just like... Yeah, let's try to help people out. Oh, yeah, and probably good not to get a woman that's drinking a lot. another thing too. Like I know it's fun when you're younger, but if you're getting a woman that's a little bit older, at least she doesn't get crazy when she drinks. Make sure she doesn't get crazy if she drinks. If you have a girl you're chasing around down the alleyways of bars and she's giving you a hard time, red flag. And then if she like just disappears on you, if she gets mad, that's a red flag too. So basically, like if you're just hey, we're having a great time out here, and then she just gets drunk and gets snaps and gets a crazy like anger attack and just leaves. Yeah, red flag. We don't want any spazzes here. Yeah, yeah. I could go all day on that relationship stuff. That's fun. I mean, like I said, I think maybe I have some pointers because I've been married 23 years. I might be able to give some kind of advice, I guess. And like I said, that whole thing about don't those people are full of it, dude. Like who are those? You're watching Andrew Tates and these kind of people. Yeah, we're bro. I need a woman that's gonna this, that, and that. None of those guys are living that life, though. They're not living the married life. They're all single, just guys that are womanizing. That's why they're full of crap, dude. They bring these. What's the whatever podcast or something? They bring these women on. Like that one guy's married, right? But then most of the people that come on there, they're like, we want a girl that's gonna be a stay-at-home mom. But you're not acting like that. Like these guys are not acting like that. They're not acting like they're gonna be a go to work and support the family dad. You know what I'm saying? They're not living their lives like that. So it says we need a quality woman. Well, you if you were such a quality dude, you'd be married by now. So it's kind of like a weird thing, right? I'm kind of shitting on the guys. I kind of crap on both sides on those podcasts because it's just kind of like, dude, yeah, it's whatever. I like that. I like watching it, but it's just like you need to be never have slept with a guy, and all you're gonna do is cook me breakfast and do my. It's like, dude, it's not the 1950s anymore. You can't have a career. Like that's bull crap, dude. Those guys don't live in reality, dude. People can't afford that, dude. People have to have dual income. So the whole thing, your woman has to stay home no matter what. Like I prefer that myself, but like it's not a reality, dude. These guys don't live in a reality. I mean, they're making all their money from bringing on hot chicks. Well, not all of them are. Have you seen some of the people they bring on that show? But like, dude, Andrew Tate guy, he's like, you want high quality women, but then he's not acting like he's out there womanizing and all this stuff. So it's like it's not like he's dating one woman at a time. He's over there in Romania getting in trouble and getting thrown in jail. You see what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like they're not living that life either. So it's just kind of a, you know who, you know who's act like it's IT nerds or whatever are the guys that are the ones that are or whatever. I told my cousin that once. I can't find a man. It's like, oh, go get an IT nerd. It's like, yeah. But uh no one listens. They're not fun, right? They're not gonna be out there going to the bar every night, all that stuff. And it's just like, yeah, that stuff gets old when after you're like 26. Actually, that started getting old for me at like 23. God, I partied my first like 3 years in the military. In the first like year and a half in Germany, dude, I got burnt out. And I was dating this is before I met my wife. I was dating this German chick, and she was younger than me, and she was just like wanting to go out every night. And I'm like, dude, I can't do that. I can't do that. If we're gonna go out till 3 or 4 o'clock tonight, it's like a Tuesday. I gotta wake up and run PT in the morning, 5 mile run. I can't be going out till 3 in the morning. Oh yeah, it was wild. Yeah, no 2 TV. Yeah, check out the streams, man. I'll be here. but they do bring some pretty. And like the thing is, they bring these women on, and these women are not the normal, regular women out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they never bring really normal women on. They're just regular people. It wouldn't be interesting, right? Because it'd be boring, right? Because regular people are just kind of boring if you think about it. They got to bring the extremes on. I get it. You got to make a show of it. It's the only way anyone's gonna watch it. I get that. It's the only way you're gonna bring it on. Dude, I was watching. What's that guy's name with the Stokes cigarettes? He needs to quit smoking. The Andrew guy, whatever his name is. He gets kind of annoying to me sometimes because then he antagonizes these women. Or I'm like, dude, I get it. These chicks have bad worldviews and bad politics and stuff, but like, just talk to them normal, dude. I don't know, but then again, that's not bringing in the views and the money. These guys are making millions of dollars, I bet, dude. They gotta be. I bet you they're making big time money. That's why that's why he antagonizes the women, because that's what gets the super chats and the views. So I don't know. I'm not like that. I'm like a regular person, so I'm just like, I just talk to a person normally. You know, nobody talks to women like that normally in public. You get fired if you talk to women like that at a job. Oh man. Did you have HR so quick on you, dude? If you talk to people like he does in that show, you have HR on you quick in a regular company. It does real life doesn't work that way. It's crazy. I don't even know who's still watching here, Gary. I still got people watching. Yeah, Aspen, it's weird. That stuff's weird. And plus, we're 40. You're 46, you said. So like basically, we're at a weird point now where we're like, kind of beyond all that. Like I need I'm like, we're running errands and we're in a totally different. We're in regular life. There's people on those podcasts. They're not living a regular life. They're not living in a real life. If their little OnlyFans things they do and their adult content and podcasts dry up, like what happens to them? They have to go back to the real world. So that's why I'm doing this for fun, this Dune channel, and I still have a regular job because if this, I'm not making no money from none of this stuff. This is for fun. It's a hobby. But like, if it's think about it, if I try to only do this, I would be making nothing, you know. But yeah, it's not real world, dude. For the majority of people, yeah, so it's crazy. Always have a backup. Always have a real world thing going. If you're gonna do something like I'm like this, like you're doing something fun, like a YouTube channel or something, make sure you have a real time job going. And then maybe just maybe if it's. And I've seen other like what's his face from the neurotic guy. He says, "Hey, do it for fun. Don't do it just to make money. Do something that's your passion, and it will come in time if it works out. You know." That's what he says. So that's what I. That's what kind of mentality I'm going with this. But yeah, guys, I got to go to bed. Crazy hoes into Dune. I'm not even the guy. I wouldn't even. I wouldn't even know to talk to about anything like that. I wouldn't know where to find people. Dude, I'm so out of the game of. I don't talk to. Dude, you know how I'm talking about. At our age, maybe talk to a female at work, but I don't talk. I mean, what's her face on here? We were playing Dune together. Fabi Raptor. She's the only lady I ever talked to outside of work in like years. That's not my wife, but it's all Dune. It's like, hey, we're doing this and Dune, building the building. I don't talk to women really, guys. It's just you don't do it anymore when you get older, unless you work in an industry that has like healthcare or something, nurses. But where I work at, it's all dudes. Our whole building's dudes, so it's IT guys. This is the way it is in IT. I've noticed something. That's a whole different industry that's really weird about that kind of stuff. Because like, the more technically hard it gets, where you, I don't want it to sound bad, mean. It's not meant to be. The harder the technical skill gets on the things you do in the IT world, the more it becomes men driven. I've noticed. So it's kind of weird like that. I don't know. That makes sense. But it's I don't know. This is an observation. It's not like I'm judging it or anything. It's just something I've noticed. It's weird. I wish it wasn't like that, I guess, but seems to be the case. Anyways, I got to go to bed, guys. I'm going on 3 hours now. Wow, long stream, and barely talked about Dune this last hour. Okay. All right, everyone. I gotta head out of here, and I will be on tomorrow night. Yeah. So I gotta go to bed, so I can wake up bright and early. Gotta go mow the lawn, do stuff for the wife, and chores and things. Take her to Ross and Burlington and Coat Factory and Home Goods and all the discount stores that they like to go to. And I will see you guys next stream tomorrow. All right, appreciate it. Talk to you guys later.
Let my courage show. In the desert, no way.